Hi everyone, my name is Rachel and welcome to the French Seams. Thanks very much for joining me for today's Friday Sews video, where I will talk about what I have been sewing, what I will be sewing, and a little bit of life as well. So as always, a huge thank you to Jen from Today and Jen Sewing for setting up this fabulous hashtag. So I hope you're all well. It's been 2 weeks since my last Friday Sews video, so a huge thank you to everybody who watched that video, and I got some wonderful feedback on that. Thank you very, very much. There wasn't a Friday Sews video last week because I was at the best sewing retreat, which I will talk about shortly. But so it's been 2 weeks and I have an awful lot to catch you up on. So grab a cuppa, whatever is appropriate for your time of day, and let's get started. So first off, I got a little message a little while ago saying, have I been crocheting? And yes, I had, and I completely forgotten. So a few of you might remember in my A Gift November vlog, I wore my little crochet Santa jumper where I crocheted little Santa Clauses and candy canes and just sewed them onto a ready-to-wear jumper, and I love that so much. But I went down such a rabbit hole crocheting Christmas items for the past couple of years, and I have been crocheting, and I have got some beautiful wool. So I've got this lovely glitzy white wool, and I have been making little, I don't know whether they're stars or snowflakes, maybe you can let me know what they are. So okay, I have to weave all these bits in, but they're stars, snowflakes. They're very, very cute. They're really easy because my crochet abilities are not very good, but they're really quick, really easy, and yeah, perfect to do on an airplane. So more on that shortly, but I think they're very, very cute. They almost look like little sand dollars. I think they're really, really sweet. I'll link that pattern down below. So I've been doing a load of them, and also while I was crocheting these, I found ones that I had done, or I found things that I had done last year and the year before, and I just wanted to show you these because I love them so much. They're little tiny wreaths. I love doing these, so I'll link those below as well. They're just a little green wreath, and then you just thread in a little bit of red thread just to make a little wreath, but adorable. So I love Christmas crochet. So that's basically what I've been doing, my little stars and hearts. Not quite sure I'll put them on a garment. They might just be a little garland, but they're very, very cute. So that's my crochet update. Do I have a quilting and patchwork update? Yes, I do. So I have now finished my patchwork class that was running for 10 weeks. So I'm really sad it's finished. The ladies I met there were so nice, and I learned a load. So I did my ribbon box quilt. I'll pop in a picture of it here. And then so 2 weeks ago, we did a little goose, and I love this so much. This is a tilde pattern, so it's a free pattern, I might add. Look at him, isn't he just gorgeous? So I made him a little bit Christmassy. He's got kind of a Christmas background, and then he's got a very dapper red bow tie, but isn't he just the cutest thing? So I just made a little cushion out of it, just a little envelope back. I didn't have a cushion insert this size, so he's actually just stuffed with leftover fleece, but I think he's very, very handsome. He's got a lovely little orange beak and little orange feet, which I think is the cutest. So this is all pieced, and some of the pieces are quite small. He's got a little French knot for his eye. I pondered over the placement of a goose's eye, but hopefully that's the right place. And how I quilted it was using the very wonderful Izzy from Dizzy Quilts and Sews, her Quilt As You Go series. We did a quilting technique, a free motion quilting technique called Paisley, I think. In my head I call it mussels because I think it looks like mussels and I love shellfish. But so that's what I did, the free motion. So I think it kind of gave an impression of feathers. That's what it was in my head, and then it's just grey up there for the green. So but I think it gives a really, really nice textured effect. I didn't do it on his bow tie and his beak and his feet. I just like to keep them plain to give them a little pop, but I'm very, very happy with him. I think he's super cute, and he now has pride of place downstairs in our sitting room, but very cute. That was our penultimate class. Then the last class we had this week was lovely because we were just sitting around chatting. It was a more kind of crafty make, so it was very collaborative. You know, people gave us trimmings here and there, which is lovely, and there was boxes of sweets, which is always lovely. So I had little chocolates and chatted and made this little angel, which is very, very cute. So it's not particularly patchworky, but it's kind of festive-y. So this is a Debbie Shore pattern for a little angel, and I think she is just gorgeous. So all the little trimmings and bits I got from Tiger. I just had them in my Christmas stash, and a lovely girl at the class gave me this little pearl. I think it's adorable. This pink glitter fabric I bought recently, more on that shortly. This was an Aldi fat quarter, and then I just trimmed her little wings. It's just fleece, and I just thought it'd be nice to trim it in gold. This is very reminiscent of nativity plays when I was little, where you'd have angel wings just kind of wrapped with tinsel. Anybody else do those angel wings? Anyway, showing my age. So I think she is just beautiful, and she has a little blusher for her cheeks, which I think is adorable. So I'll link this video tutorial down below as well. I do need to apologise for my hair. I'm getting my hair dyed in 2 weeks and I cannot wait. So it's looking a little bit dishevelled. So just ignore it for the time being. Right, so they were my little crafty makes, so loved making those. What have I been sewing? So I've been sewing a little bit. So first up, you may remember my Chasing Butterflies batwing top that I made the last time I spoke to you. I had a little bit left over, so I was able to make a little snood. This is a free pattern. Is it Apple Tree Crafts? Apple Tree Crafts, I think, just for a little kind of a snood neck warmer, which is perfect, lined in fleece, and I just love this and the fact that it matches my Chasing Butterflies. But I love using up all available fabrics. That's a winner. Hair everywhere. So what else have I been sewing? I've been sewing a few garments. So first up is the most fun pair of pajamas. So these are just the most incredible fabric from Rainbow Fabrics in their recent animal print drop, and it's a viscose satin, I believe, and it just feels beautiful. These are the Arden pants by Helen's Closet. I made a good few of these during the summer. I made the view with just the straight leg, so no cuff. I left out the pockets, and yeah, it's just a really simple, straightforward make. You just turn it under with the make a channel for the elastic, and then I put a little bow in the front. This is in my stash and it matches beautifully. So very quick, very simple, but this fabric I think it does all the talking. So for Rainbow Fabrics, if you would like to use my code Rachel!VIP, you can get 20% off all the lovely fabric. So, and I get a small commission on that. Thank you very much. So, but I think these are so much fun. I have a little black t-shirt they'd go with, but the Arden pants is a fabulous pattern. I'm really keen to make more of that trouser next year. The pocket is just brilliant, and I love the cut version. I wore them all the time during the summer. Absolutely brilliant. So these are so much fun. So that was one little make I got done. As I said, super quick. The other thing I got done was another Chasing Butterflies batwing top, because I loved that white version so much. So I made a little glittery version. So all about the glitter, as I'm sure you know. Yeah, there's threads everywhere. There you go. This I got from it's a shop called Craftswoman, and they're based up in Carrickfergus, up in the north of Ireland. And I had heard of them but never visited them, but then I saw their stall at the Knitting and Stitching Festival, and they had this gorgeous jersey fabric, and they had it in a couple of colours, but I just loved it so much, and it is beautiful weight, beautiful drape, and I think it worked perfectly as a Chasing Butterflies top. So it's got the batwing like this. I did the hem at the bottom again. I made it ever so slightly longer this time, just to give that more kind of blousy effect. I really like it. I made the crew neck, and of course I bound the neckline. So you can see these little, I need to show you these little ducks. That's from the Specky Seamstress binding. I popped in a little Rosy Cheeks label, and it says made by my hands. So top from Knitting and Stitching, and label from Knitting and Stitching as well, which I love doing. So I think this is really cute, and I do have a tutorial on my channel about how to do the binding on a top, so I'll link that below as well. So very happy with this. I think it's absolutely beautiful fabric, really nice, and very glitzy. And I'm not finished with this pattern. I'm really not. The Chasing Butterflies top is just so nice, so quick, and it's just great. I just love it, and I can confirm that this goes beautifully under a coat. So I was slightly concerned about that, but no, it fits perfectly under a coat. So the next thing I got made up is what I'm wearing. So you may remember a few weeks ago I had mentioned about the Ressac sweatshirt, and it's one of the new patterns from Maison Fauve. And I saw this sweatshirt pattern come in, and I was so taken by it. It had details that I had never seen on any sweatshirt before, and I said, right, yes, I'm going to make that. So I made it up. It's actually surprisingly quick for the amount of detail that's in it, but I love how it came out. So the fabric is the most beautiful sweatshirting and ribbing from Crafty Studio. So until the 30th of November, which is tomorrow, you can get 20% off all jersey fabric at the Crafty Studio by using the code The French Seams. So I'll pop that below. I'll pop in the website down below, so be sure to check out all the beautiful jerseys. This is a gorgeous sweatshirting, so it's lovely and fluffy on the inside, and then this ribbing is just gorgeous, and of course it has glitter on it, and I think it gives a lovely kind of like winter icy polar kind of effect. I love it. So when I saw these, I knew they were destined to be a Ressac sweatshirt. So some of the details: it's got the most beautiful darts here. I'm not quite sure can you see them very well. So it's got two darts here. It's got a beautiful wide neckband, which I really like. It's a raglan, but then there's more details to it. So on the side panel, it's got this beautiful kind of shape here. So a little bit of, if I flex my muscles, a little bit of ribbing under here in a little triangle, and then a panel all the way down the side. It's got the sweatshirt band here, but then it turns into the ribbing at the back. It does have a back seam, which I thought was more for shaping, but it's straight, so I'm not quite sure, but you could use it for fitting, which is fine, or you could experiment with leaving the back seam out. It's up to you. One change I did make: this ribbing is quite thin compared to the sweatshirting. So the way I got around that was I actually did a double layer here, and then I used knit interfacing, so it's actually the same weight as this fabric, and it worked out beautifully. It's got the most gorgeous pocket detail here, which I just love. So you do that very, very nicely along here. And I've got a little making waves, or make waves label from Little Rosy Cheeks at the Gibson Stitch Festival, not Knitting and Stitching. So absolutely love this, and the raglan is a beautiful shape. I made a size 40 grading to a 42. So my measurements in Maison Fauve, I kind of fall in between an awful lot of sizes, but I looked at the finished garment measurements and I'm very, very happy with this fit. A few people mentioned about the length of the sleeves. They're absolutely perfect on me. I didn't make any adjustments to the sleeves and they're absolutely perfect. One thing I did do while making this was I ironed my thumb and not the fabric. So PSA, when you're pressing fabric, press the fabric, not your skin. Quite painful. Anyway, totally worth it. So yes, the size 40 grading to 42, didn't make any alterations to the sleeve, didn't make any alterations to the length, and I think the length is pretty good on me. Of course, I'm wearing it with my beloved Ash jeans. So yes, absolutely love this sweatshirt. I really do. I love the wide neckline, love the boxy fit. I think this detail is just beautiful. So I didn't follow the written instructions actually at all. I followed the video instructions entirely, and they are just beautiful. They're really clear. The accent is beautiful. I do have the English subtitles on, but actually if you just watch the video, you'll get it straight away. And it was actually surprisingly quick make and really satisfying, and I'm so pleased with it. And I do not think this will be my last Ressac sweatshirt. So this is what I'm wearing. So happy. So what else shall I talk to you about? Well, I talked to you about the amazing sewing retreat that I went on. So I was exceedingly lucky to be able to get away to a sewing retreat last weekend. It was actually in England, so I got a plane, which was very exciting. So I can now confirm that I can take a sewing machine through security, which was very fun. I had to email them ahead of time saying, can I take my sewing machine through security, because I did not want to check it in. I just took my brother machine. I didn't dare take my lovely Dukey. And they said, yeah, no problem, you can go through security with a sewing machine. So I was a little bit nervous, but went through an absolute dream. Nobody batted an eyelid, and I was all excited about being able to say, oh, it's my sewing machine, I'm going on a sewing retreat. Nobody batted an eyelid, just sailed through. It was marvellous. So it literally though was like travelling with my children, because I was so worried about my sewing machine. I was so worried about my checked in case, which literally had all my sewing notions in it. So I had my air tag, I was constantly checking where it was. It's like, is everything okay? Is my sewing machine going to be okay? Are my notions going to be okay? But everything was absolutely perfect. It worked out an absolute dream. And of course I had my crochet to keep me company at the airport. So I flew over, and I was very lucky to be met by my wonderful friends Sam, Sola Sparkle Sam, and Mandy Make It So. They met me at the airport, and it was just gorgeous. It's so nice being collected from the airport. It makes you feel really special. And it was like something out of the start of Love Actually. To them running over, big huge hugs. I hadn't seen either of them since Stitch Festival back in March, and it was just lovely to see them. And Mandy was just a star driving all the way. So we loaded up the car. It was quite full, poor Mandy's car, and we headed to the retreat, and it was just beautiful. So the drive was wonderful. Chat. It was just fabulous. So we got to the hotel, which is beautiful, and there was snow on the hills. It was just majestic. It really was. So we got ourselves sorted. We got ourselves all settled in. We had a beautiful big room to sew and set up your station. It was an absolute luxury just to have the entire room to ourselves, to be able to put out all our bits and pieces, all the projects I had brought, and just sew for the entire weekend. It was just magic. It really was. And Mandy and Sam, not only did they drive me from the airport, they also gave us little gifts. So I'm not going to show all the gifts because they spoilt us rotten, but I will show you some of the really cute ones. So the wonderful Sam, I think she knows me so well. So a little wine carrier, thank you very much. Yes, and look at these. They're little Tic Tacs, but they have flamingos on them, and they are cherry lemonade flavour. I've never seen them before, but the flamingos, so these are just hilarious and adorable. So Sam, you're an absolute star. And then the lovely Mandy, also on brand. Look at this, it's a little flamingo. I think it's a cross stitch, but it is just gorgeous. So it comes with a little case and everything. So they utterly spoiled us with their little gifts. Thank you so much, ladies. It was just marvellous. So Friday night we did a little bit of sewing after dinner. It was just lovely. So we chatted about sewing, but we chatted about everything else, and then just sewed, chat. It was just marvellous. So that was Friday. Then Saturday dawned and the weather was horrendous. It really, really was. But it was just so cozy to be able to sit in our little room. And of course the food was lovely. We had a beautiful breakfast, we got lunch, we got dinner. Like I didn't have to load a dishwasher once all weekend. It was just amazing. And the staff were really wonderful. And so on Saturday we just sewed and sewed and sewed. And because the weather was so awful outside, it was just lovely to be able to hunker down and look at the window at the terrible weather and just know that you were cozy and warm and sewing. Magic. So all day, the lovely Becky came on Saturday actually, which was wonderful. So she's What Beck Sews here on YouTube, but she also has a fabulous business over on Etsy, and it's called Jazz and Wow, and I love her stuff. So I had already previously bought these beautiful earrings. You might have seen them on my channel before. They're little green glittery ones, which I absolutely love. But then I treated myself to a new pair of earrings, and I got these little grey stars with little hanging down stars. I think they are gorgeous because on that Saturday I wore my Chasing Butterflies top. So how beautifully did they go together? So I absolutely loved wearing those. And then these, when I saw them, I couldn't leave them be. They're beautiful. Now will they come out properly? Hopefully they will. Beautiful little snowflake buttons, and they just gorgeous. So loved seeing Becky, loved seeing her beautiful stall. Wonderful to see her again, have the chats. It was just brilliant. I love her stuff. So I'll link her Etsy channel below and her YouTube and her Instagram also. So that was lovely, lovely, lovely. So then Saturday, more sewing, more chatting, out for dinner, then back in sewing until quite late, which is what I do anyway. So I'm definitely a late night sewer, so it suited me very, very well. And then Sunday, so some people started to go home on the Sunday, which is actually quite sad, and we all just felt like we were in a little bubble, and it was just gorgeous seeing these lovely people. Hopefully I'll have been popping in a few pictures while I've been chatting. But Sunday we took a sneaky trip out to Abercan Fabrics, which I'd never been to. I have heard of them, but I don't believe I've ever actually bought anything online from them. So I bought the glittery wool. That's where I bought this lovely glittery wool. I was very, very abstemious because I was on a 20 kg limit with my checked in bag, and I was pretty much at my limit, so I knew I couldn't bring home much. But I did buy a sneaky bit of wool. I bought some lovely fabric. So where will I find it? I've used most of it already. If you go fabric shopping with Adam Sews, you know you're going to buy Tula Pink fabric. So I bought this, and then I bought this beautiful glittery fabric, and it's turned into a make already, so more on that shortly. There is one more really cool thing that I bought, and I've just realised it's downstairs. I'll be right back. Right, I thought I had everything brought upstairs. Clearly I hadn't. So I bought these, and I think a lot of people bought these too because they were so cool and I've never seen them before. It's a little ring and it's a little heart. You can get them in different colours, but it's actually, I wonder will it come out? That's actually a little blade. It's a thread cutter. So it's perfectly safe to wear, But if you're sewing, you can just cut those threads. So I wore this to my patchwork class the other day. Snip, snip, snip. Isn't it just fabulous? So cute. You get them in purple and pink or something, I don't know, but I think that is just adorable, and I am always one for a gadget, and jewellery sold. So very cute. So it was lovely to have a little trip around Abercan. I could have bought so much stuff. I really, really could have, but I was extremely good. I was very, very good. A little too good maybe. But anyway, so then back to the hotel, and then Sunday night for dinner you could either wear posh frocks or you could wear PJs, which is a really, really fun idea. So I decided to wear my Mary dress. So that was one that I made for Galway Frock Gels earlier in the year. Loved that dress so much, so I was delighted to be able to wear it again. And I was able to bring my little matching clutch bag, and it was so nice. So I felt so dolled up, and everybody looked amazing. Everybody really, really looked amazing. Whether they were wearing posh frocks or whether they were wearing pyjamas, they're really, really, really cool, and it was so much fun. The other people in the hotel were like, what is going on? So then after dinner I decided to change into PJs. They weren't quite PJs, it's more my loungewear, and I don't think I have a picture. I was a terrible, terrible vlogger. I was having so much fun that I barely took any photographs or any footage at all. I was living in the moment. I really, really was. So I wore my Mylan sweatshirt and my plateau joggers. I'll pop in, I think I have an old picture of me wearing them. I wear them all the time. I think that's fabric from Crafty Studio about 3 years ago at least. It's a closet core pattern, and I absolutely love them. I wear them all the time. So very, very comfortable wearing them on Sunday night. Again, more sewing into the wee hours, which was just wonderful. So it was just the most lovely weekend. It really, really was. Then Sunday dawned and we were packing up and all that kind of stuff, and it's just horrible saying goodbye. The people at that retreat are the nicest people in the entire world. I've said it here before, sewing people are the best people in the world, but it is genuinely true. Yes, we talk about sewing, but then you just meander into different conversations about people's lives, about families, about jobs, about work, about travel, about everything. It was just wonderful, and to be able to spend that dedicated time with all those wonderful people was just, it was just an absolute luxury, and it was a pure joy. They were just the most wonderful group of people. It was fabulous meeting everybody, seeing everybody again. I just had the best weekend. I really, really did. It was just so much fun. Yes, it's just a luxury to be able to spend that time with basically no other responsibilities other than to sew and just have nice food and just chat and spend time with the most wonderful people. So it was just a pure joy. As you can tell, I'm still buzzing from it. I'm still pretty tired after it, but absolutely buzzing. So meandered my way back to the airport. Again, my heroes, Sam and Mandy, drove me back to the airport, and we had our little tearful goodbyes, and then I flew home. But it was wonderful to get home. I just about made it home before my boys went to bed, so I got the most wonderful cuddles from them. So that was just magic coming home as well. But it was an absolute joy, and thank you ladies. It was just wonderful, absolutely wonderful. Right, I could gush for longer, but I won't. But yes, magic. So I did an awful lot of sewing. So I'll show you what I got done. So I really wanted to get all my gift November makes done. I didn't bring any garments. Oh, I brought one garment, but kind of a garment. I didn't have my overlocker, and I just have my brother machine. So which isn't, it's fine, but it's not the best machine in the world. So I knew I wanted to do more kind of crafty makes as opposed to garments. So I got pretty much all my gift November makes done. So if you follow me on Instagram, you'll have seen, because I post them up during the week, but I will show you in more detail. So I made 4 little ouch pouches. So these are the little kind of first aid pouches, little boxed out bottom. I'm going to fill these with hand sanitizer, plasters, all those kind of emergency stuff for a few gifts at Christmas. They're lined in polka dots, and they've got a little zip top. Oh, a trumpet, and they've got a tiny little bit of kind of a patchwork here for the little cross. So I think these are adorable and very quick. So I made a little quartet of these, which are very, very cute. I made a Bestie bag. So I think a few of my family members follow me on Instagram, but I doubt that anybody watches my YouTube, so I think I'm safe to share here. So these are, oh, slips here. This is another Bestie bag. So I made this for my lovely cousin. So it's a BF pattern, so Blackford Fabrics pattern. I have made myself a Bestie bag and I absolutely love it. So I really wanted to make my lovely cousin one. So it's got a label here that says "You're a good egg." I did the webbing again, and then it's got a big huge zip. It is cotton twill fabric from Rainbow Fabrics. So the outside is navy, and then the lining is a lovely kind of burgundy colour. And I made the medium, and the only difference I made to my version was I put in a welt pocket on the inside. So there's a bit more security on the inside, which is very, very cute. And I love using the instructions from Incomplete Stitches on how Sarah does her welt pocket, and I just copy them for every single bag I have. It's marvellous. So that's a little Bestie bag, which is pretty quick to come together. Pretty quick, I must say. Love it. So that was my Bestie bag. Then I did more little patchwork, and this is a little puppy, and this is for my very lovely grandmother. So I wanted to make her a little bag. So it's a self-drafted tote bag. I do have a tutorial on how to do it on my channel where I show my dukey and I make a tote bag as well. So I'll link that below. So it's a fully lined little holly bag, and I think it's very, very cute. That was the backing for one of my Christmas quilts. I love it. And then the front is a little tiny puppy on a sled. I mean, how adorable is that? And this is all done with foundation paper piecing, and it's a marvelous pattern that came out very recently by Apples and Beavers. I'll link them below their Instagram. They were doing this thing, I think they started around September, where they were releasing a few foundation paper blocks I think a couple of weeks actually. I think there was about 20 all in. So you could buy that whole thing to make an entire quilt, or you could just buy the individual blocks. And when she teased this block, I thought this was just perfect. So I bought this the second it came out. So as you can see here, it's all foundation paper piece, which I love doing. And he is just the cutest puppy. And this is all just scraps as well from my stash, which came out quite well. So that's another little make I got done. That was really good fun, actually. Love doing that. Next up is a little pie holder, and I was trying to describe this on my channel last time. I wasn't describing it very well, so I'll pop in a picture from Instagram to give you an idea. So basically, you pop a little pie or a tray bake in here. So a little bit of webbing, a few little snowmen, which is adorable, and then the lining I was told, I call it laminate, so I think it's PUL fabric. It's kind of a shiny laminate, that kind of a white clean fabric that I got recently from the Sewing Sanctuary at the Knitting and Stitching, which was wonderful. So I sized down this pattern ever so slightly just because I had a fat quarter of the PUL fabric and I wanted to use all of it. I didn't want to have to mash it together. So there is, I think there is a seam on the inside somewhere, but you really wouldn't notice. Well, I'm hoping you wouldn't notice. I managed to do it on kind of this side of it, so you totally wouldn't notice at all. So this is probably fat quarter friendly. And you pop your little cake in here and bring it. So I'm really looking forward to making a little cake at Christmas time and bringing that to a family member's house, and they can keep the tray back and they can keep the little pie holder. And this is a pattern from Patty Do. It's just a blog. The blog is in German, but you can do Google Translate. It translates beautifully. And this, made this made up, I'd say, in about 15 minutes. Absolutely fabulous. Lovely construction and really good fun to make. So I got that done. The last gift of November things I got done were 2 little book pillows, and I think these are really fun to make. I made them early in the year for my boys, and I always wanted to make a few for Christmas, so they've got a little pouch here. I don't have any actual pillows for them. I just, from a picture on Instagram, I rubbed the ones downstairs, so I just need to buy inserts for them, and then they've got the envelope back. The front has got a little bit of webbing to make them nice and structured, so I'm going to fill these with a few little treats for people at Christmas. So I think these came out quite nicely as well. And this is from a tutorial on YouTube by Stuart Hillard. So he was on the Sewing Bee a number of years ago, and he shows you exactly how to make this, and it's really good fun and pretty quick as well. It is ever so slightly fabric hungry because you need the front, you need the pocket, which is lined, then you need batting, and then you need fabric for the inside, and then you need 2 pieces for the back. So it is a little bit fabric hungry, but it's totally worth it. And I think it's very, very nice to be able to use at fat quarters as well. So fat quarter friendly project. So these were my gift November makes. I hope you're still with me. Goodness me. So then I decided to make myself a few little treats. So I made myself another Adam Sews Caddy packer. So this is the fabric that I bought at Abacan, this beautiful tula fabric, and then this beautiful glittery fabric. So I didn't have my dukey, as I said, so I just did a kind of zigzag. I didn't have proper quilting, but I think it's beautiful. So this is the Caddy packer that goes into the Maker's Caddy, the lovely Adam Sews pattern, and it's just brilliant. So it's currently housing my awl, which came in very, very handy to the binding. So wonderful, and the beautiful laminate there, or vinyl I should say. Fabulous, fabulous pattern. I'll link it below. The Maker's Caddy this weekend came into its own. Absolutely brilliant. All my sewing stuff. Had my caddy packers. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. So I had promised you that I would look into the viral trend of adding a bow to your sweatshirt. So I decided the sewing retreat was the best time to do it. So I bought a plain black sweatshirt. Yes, it is ready to wear. I didn't have time to make one. Ready to wear black t-shirt. I bought a couple of bows, you can see one up there, and I decided to go ahead and try it. So hopefully I have a picture of this, but this is how I got on. So I used my Cricut and I put on Happy Christmas and a bow to kind of tie the whole thing together, and then on the side I have a little bow. So I think it came out really cute. So I had to shorten the bow ever so slightly. It was quite long. I cut up the middle, and then Sam Sola Sparkle, because she just sparkles all the time, suggested a little gold bit here to kind of tie it all together. And I did have this with me at the time, so I think that really, really looks nice. Sam, you're a visionary. So this is my little Christmas sweatshirt in a kind of festive-y nod, but a kind of, let's go with classy, shall we? So very, very cute, and I would highly recommend it. I'll link the tutorial below where I saw just the girl and she just sewed some things on, then I hand stitched this as well, so but she goes through it beautifully, and yeah, absolutely gorgeous. I love how this came out. I just did one, thought one was plenty, but I can now let you know that this trend does work and it looks really, really cool, and you could have so much fun doing it with all different kind of colours ribbon. I just found a black one, but yeah, very happy. Last but by no means least, I made a bag. So I had mentioned about this bag a good few months ago now, because I was very, very lucky to win an Instagram challenge by the lovely Sarah from Incomplete Stitches. She designs bags. I have so many of her bags. For the Apex Tote, I'll pop in a picture of it here. I was able to carry my sewing machine in my Apex Tote through the airport, and it was just fabulous. I love her bag patterns. I'll link her channel or her website below. But she was having a giveaway because she was launching a new pattern called the Slouchy Shopper. And I was very fortunate to win the fabric to go alongside that from a lovely company called Spreefee. So I'll link them below as well. So I chose this most divine rifle paper company fabric. It's got kind of glittery pine cones, and it's got poinsettias, blue ones. I was so drawn to this because this month myself and the sainted Mr. French Seams are 10 years married. I'm the luckiest lady in the entire world. And for our wedding, we had a pine cone theme. So I was always taken by this fabric, and I said, right, I'm going to make this in November and it's going to be my special anniversary bag, and I managed to do it, and I'm so pleased. So this is a Slouchy shopper. So it's beautiful rifle paper fabric on the outside. I put in a little handmade, it's one of those metallic ones from Little Rosy Cheeks, which looks really, really cool. It's got beautiful straps, self straps. And then it has webbing, so it has detachable straps here. There's also an option for adjustable straps. Then it's fully lined, so I got the lining fabric as well. These beautiful, can I show you one? Beautiful little birds. How adorable are they? They're so cute. This is a canvas. So it comes with a beautiful slip pocket on the inside, and then it is fully boxed out at the bottom. It's got a lovely lanyard option, and I popped in a little label. I have a feeling Agatha gave me these labels ages ago. Agatha, thank you very, very much. So a little Christmas tree, and it says Merry because this is kind of a festive bag. So it's just beautiful. I love it so much. So you can wear it over your shoulder, you can wear a crossbody, you can carry it. The only alteration I made was I added a zip. So it comes with this pattern for the top facing, which is a really, really pretty detail. But based on the Apex Tote, Sarah had put in a zip between the facing and the lining. So I just basically looked at my bag and was able to insert a zip. And I think the zip went in beautifully, and it's just a little bit more secure. So I love how that went in. And then I just continued it off to the side and added a little tab at the end. So I'm very, very happy with how that went in. Really, really nice little zip. Very, very happy, and I just adore my bag, and this again came together pretty quickly. So love, love, love this, and thank you to Sarah, and thank you to Spreefee as well for the beautiful fabric. Right, so that was the retreat. So I got a lot of sewing done. I really, really did. It was just an absolute joy. It really was. So I really, really hope you enjoyed hearing all about that. I hope I give you a little flavour. I just cannot express what a wonderful weekend I had with the most joyful people. It was just wonderful. It really was. So thank you so, so, so much. The wonderful friendships and the chats, and just the time to sew and the time to just indulge in my passion, which was just wonderful. So after all that, what are my plans? So my plans are a little bit light. So we've got a busy weekend coming up. I am working on a cheeky collab, which I can't really talk about, so I'm working on that in the background. I might have a few more little kind of gifts that I want to do, little last minute things, which I'm looking forward to. Might do another little bit of sewing. As I say, we do have a busy weekend, so boys have activities, boys have parties. And then Sunday is the 1st of December, which is very, very exciting. So I am not doing Vlogmas. So I didn't do Vlogmas last year. I did Vlogmas for the previous 2 or 3 years before that. I just can't do Vlogmas. I can't do vlogs every single day. It's just not practical. But what I did last year with Jen's blessing was I did #festive Friday sews, and I really, really enjoyed doing that. So basically it's Friday sews with a little bit of a festive twist. So it'll be the 6th when I first come out with my first Festive Friday sews. If you are on YouTube and you would like to join in with #Festive Friday sews, please do. I would love to have you along on that hashtag. I really, really would. So I'm going to be doing Festive Friday sews starting on the 6th of December. And I do have a few little festive things that I'll be able to chat to you about. A few little festive makes, maybe some festive baking, that kind of stuff. So if you're into that, please follow along. I would really, really love it. But I'm also really, really excited about following on with other people's Vlogmases. So as soon as the 1st December hits, I know my phone is just going to be ping, 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 ping with all the YouTube videos that I follow. So it's just going to be wonderful. You know how much I love Christmas. So I'm just so excited, and I cannot believe it's the 1st December on Sunday already. So very, very light plans, but I will hopefully come back to you next week with Festive Friday sews and what I've got up to this week. So I think I will leave it there. I really hope you enjoyed that. I hope this video wasn't too long for you, that it was just me chat and gush about how wonderful sewing people are. If you enjoyed this channel, I would really, really love it if you would give me a thumbs up, and also I would love it if you would consider subscribing. As I said, I'm inching towards 7,000 subscribers. If you have any questions on anything that I spoke about today, and there was quite a lot of content today, I do apologise, please leave me a comment in the comment box below. You know how much I love having the chats, and I do get back to everybody eventually. I'm way behind, but I'm hoping to get back to everybody this weekend. So thank you very, very much. I hope everybody's well. I hope you all get some time for some lovely, lovely sewing, and I will talk to you all again next week. Take care, everyone. Bye.